Happy Saturday, ladies. I hope you're having a great day. I just wanted to jump on and kind of talk a little bit about our Psalm 23 study sessions in between our actual sessions and just to kind of bring you up on a little recap before we actually meet this coming Saturday. And I really want to jump to the actual next verse because we kind of start at verses 2. He makes me to lie down in green pastures and he leads me beside still waters in our last session. But today I want to go to verse 3, and it says, He restores my soul, and he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. He restores my soul. We talked a little bit about this in our last session time together, but I want to ask you a question. Has your soul ever been troubled? Have you ever just felt like there was something going on and you felt weighted, or your mind, your emotions, and you just felt like you needed some help for your soul? Well, the scriptures tell us that our good shepherd, as David walks through this, it says that the shepherd restores my soul. And this is so amazing to me because when we looked at this word in our last time together, we said that it is to refresh or to make new. And there are times that things can just kind of weigh on your soul in a way that it can really be painful. It can be discouraging. And I've discovered in those times that one way that the shepherd can restore our soul is as we enter into moments and times of worship. And as we enter into a time of worship and allow ourselves to be able to be refreshed in his presence, all of a sudden we discover that the things that were so weighing on our soul, that were so weighing on our mind, that were weighing on our emotions, it's as if we find renewal. It's as if we find refreshing in that area of our soul, in the area of our mind and our will and our emotions. And another thing that helps us to find restoration for our soul is getting in the Word of God. As we talked about this study session, one of the things about the Bible and brunch that we had back in March is the whole objective, and the verse for that brunch is that man or woman shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So another way that our souls are restored is not only as we worship him, but as we get into the Word of God. We'll find that the word that we live by, the word that we meditate on, the word that we memorize, the word that we simply read will begin to restore, make new our souls, that inner part of our being, and so that we don't have to be weighed down, because the shepherd says that he will restore our soul. The next verse says, He also leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And I love this because we've been talking about in our study session how the shepherd really wants to guide us and how the shepherd wants to direct our lives. And our number one question that we've asked since the beginning of this journey in Psalm 23 is, are we allowing him to be a good shepherd? The scriptures tell us that he's a good shepherd. But the question that you and I must ask on a regular basis, not just daily, but sometimes throughout the day, is, are we allowing him to lead our lives? That's something we have to come back to, because if not, we can start the day and we can get in the driver's seat of our life, and then we're making all the decisions, and we're, deciding what we're going to do today and what we're not going to do today. And before we realize it, we've not consulted with him through prayer. We've not spent time with him in the word. We've not spent time worshiping at his feet. And so we have no clue as to the way he would desire to direct us. We have no clue to know which way he would want us to go, or if he wanted to speak to our hearts and tell us to pick up the phone and call someone or to pray for someone, because we set out to kind of do it our way. But yet it says that he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Paths of righteousness. In other words, what this psalmist is telling us is that the good shepherd wants to lead us into right living. He wants to lead us into the right direction. The shepherd wants to lead us into saying and doing the right thing. You know how sometimes you get ready to say something that you know you shouldn't say? But when we are in alignment with our good shepherd, what will happen is the shepherd will help us say the right thing. The shepherd will help us to do the right thing, to go in the right direction. Why? Because we're in alignment and we are allowing him to lead our very lives. And so I love this verse where it says, he restores my soul. We can count on the fact that if we live surrendered to our good shepherd, if we position our hearts in his presence, that when our souls are weighed down, and how many know that there are many in this hour and time that are experiencing a weight on their soul, a weight on their heart, a weight on their emotions. But I'm so grateful that we have a good shepherd. And this good shepherd wants to restore your soul. And so I ask you, ladies, that you would simply surrender. Surrender today, wherever you may be. Take a moment and just still your soul. Still your heart, still your mind, still your emotions. And literally just extend your hands. And as you extend your hands, just invite the good shepherd. Invite the good shepherd to restore wherever there may be some pain on your soul. If something has offended you or wounded you or upset you, take a moment. Don't get stuck there in that place, but surrender it and let your good shepherd renew, reset, refresh your soul. And as you make a decision to allow him to restore your soul, then I also want to encourage you, let's invite him to lead us and let him lead us in the right paths. It says it right here in Psalm 23, verse 3. Lead me in paths of righteousness. In other words, God, there is a possibility that I may go the wrong way. I may say the wrong thing. I may do the wrong thing. But I am inviting you, my good shepherd. Lead me in paths of righteousness for your sake, for your name's sake. In other words, for your glory. That it's not about me, but it's for your glory. I want to do the right thing, God. I want to say the right thing. I want to go the right direction because I want to be in your will. Ladies, happy Saturday. Make it a great Saturday today as you remember and be encouraged by this third verse. Let him restore your soul and let him lead you and guide you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.